Good day, grade 4s, and welcome to the STEM Digital School for Social Sciences. My name is Mboitumelo Mkwena, your teacher, of course. Today we are doing corrections for history. We are doing corrections for history, the test that we wrote last week. Okay, I hope you guys came with your thing, your answer sheet, your script to class so you can mark yourself. I have already sent you your marks. I've sent you your marks so you can check on your emails. You'll find them there. And then, yeah, I've sent all your marks for history. Then I'll be sending your marks for geography today as well, so we can do corrections for geography tomorrow and we get done with this thing. Okay, so I hope you have your papers, because I'll ask you guys to read the things that you wrote. Okay, as we do the corrections. So yeah, let me change the screen. Let me change the screen so we can quickly move. Here we go. Okay, this is how your paper looked like, right? So this is how your paper was like. You got something like this, but this one has answers. So we are going through it now. Let me zoom it. Okay, can you see it properly? Say yes on the group chat if you can see it. Then we move. Okay, so yeah. Zoe says he can't see. Should I zoom it? Guys, can you see on the screen? Terrence says yes, okay. Okay, people say they can see. Nice, that's good, that's good. Then let's continue, let's move. So this is the social science history paper for informal assessment, okay. Then it is for grade 4. The duration was only 1 hour. It was only 1 hour. It was written on the 22nd of July, last week. And then the paper was set by me. So let's read the instruction. Before answering any paper, you need to read the instruction, is it? It's very important to read the instruction, because you will write only to find out that the instruction said don't write answers. You have already passed, but when you went to write the answers without reading the instruction. So it's important that we read the instruction so we can know what to do, okay? So instruction number 1 says, this paper consists of 1 section and 3 pages. Okay, you check if your paper has 3 pages, but mine here, it has 4 pages. So, this one went to the end there. So it was just a mistake. So your paper must consist of 3 pages. Yes, it's 3 pages. And then read all instructions carefully. Okay, write neatly. Okay, your work must be readable. Okay, and then use the pictures and diagram to help you answer the question. So there are other questions where you cannot answer without reading the diagrams. Okay, and using the pictures. So here you are supposed to write your name and surname. And then page 1 consists of 16 marks. Page 2, 5 marks. And 3, it had 9 marks. All in all, 30. There are people who got 30. Congratulations. There are people who got 29, 28, 25. Nobody has failed this test. Okay, so you all made it. I'm happy. So, question 1 says, define the term history. Question 1 says, define the term history. I said history is the study of the past. I know that you guys didn't write the same answers as me, different. So you tell me your different vision of your answer. Okay. So,
Ma'am, in my paper, I said history is when you want to find out about the past.
when you want to find out about the past, yes, you can give yourself 2 marks. Taryn?
I said it's from the past and we can learn from it.
It's from there?
Past and we can learn from it.
Nice, nice, nice. You also give yourself 2 marks.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, let's move. Nathaniel?
Ma'am, Minentle.
Minentle, go first.
Ma'am, I said history. It tells us about people and places of the past.
It tells us about people and places of the past. Yes, it's also correct. Nice, 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 nice answer.
Ma'am,
Max? Yes, yes, Nathaniel.
the things that happened in the past.
The things that happened in the past. Nice one. Cool. Give yourself a mark. Okay. Your answers are relevant and they are correct. You can give yourself 2 marks. That's what you got. Okay. Here, give 2 reasons why is it important to study history. Okay, so you give me your reasons. Why do you think it's very important that we are studying history as learners? Okay, as people, why is it important that we are studying history? Nathaniel?
So we can learn from other people's mistakes.
So we can learn from other people's mistake.
And my name is Anesu.
What?
My name is Anesu.
Anesha.
Yes.
Okay, okay, cool. I'm gonna call you Anesha. Okay, hope I won't forget. Minentle? Minentle?
Ma'am,
Yeah?
sorry about that. I said to know more about people, places, more about our heritage.
To know about people, places, and their heritage.
Yes.
Nice, nice, nice. That's true. So we can know about our people's places and their heritage as well. It's very important. Siyabonga.
To learn about our past and our cultures.
To learn about our past and our culture. Nice, nice. But I said 2 reasons. People are giving me 1. Okay, Taryn.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
You will learn what happened in the past and learn from it. I couldn't think of anything else
Yes.
after you will know it happened in the past.
Okay. So we can learn from our past. That's correct as well. Thank you, Taryn. Zo?
Ma'am, it's important to study history so that you can learn about the people that lived before you. You can learn and you can learn about your local area.
Okay. Yes, it's very important to learn about history so we can know about the people that lived before us, okay, how they were living, the things they were doing, so we can also know about our local area. Okay, nice. Tabelo, last. Tabelo. Okay. Can't get hold of it. Let's just move. Let me check on the group chat. Okay, you guys are not saying anything. Okay, nice. So thank you for your answers, guys. The reasons why it is important that we are studying history. Number one, I wrote that. I want you guys to see properly. I wrote that studying history is important because it allows us to understand our past. Okay, it allows us to understand our past, which in turn allow us to understand our present. Okay, so in order for us to understand our present, we need to understand our past. What happened in the past, so we can understand our present, and we can also know our future as well. Okay, if we want to know how and why our world is the way it is today, we must look to history for answers. Okay, if we want to know why today we are living like this, we must look to history for answers. Okay, we must look to history for answers. So in order to know about our present, we need to know about our past, where we are coming from and where we are going. Okay, in that way we are going to know that. And then number two is that, okay, number two is that people often say that history repeats itself. Have you ever heard of this word? Say, people saying history repeats itself. Who has ever heard of this word? People saying, hey, history, you know, history repeats itself. Have you ever heard of such word, Siabonga?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what were they talking about?
I don't remember, ma'am.
Okay, cool, no problem. Thank you very much. Taryn?
I read it in books.
Okay.
And mostly they said that something wrong happened in the past, so and then it will happen again in the future. That's what they always say.
Yes, that's what they are saying. That if something happened in the past, it can, chances are there that it can also happen in the future. Let's hear Zoe.
Ma'am, when people say history or repeats itself, they're saying that history is going to happen again. Like, for example, let's say someone did something wrong, and then in the past, and then they're doing it, and then they do it again in the future.
Yes, that's true, So it is very important that we learn about history so we cannot repeat history. Okay, so we cannot repeat the same mistakes that were done by who? By our ancestors, by our fathers, sisters, and brothers. Okay, so Minete, I'm going to give you a chance. You are going to be last, okay?
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, I wanted to answer question 3.
Okay.
Well, I didn't exactly write the same things. Mine was reading, looking at pictures,
Okay.
asking questions, and listening to stories told by elders.
You are looking at number 3?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We are not yet there.
That was my example.
Okay, they are also correct as well. They are also correct. But wait, let me explain number 2 now.
Okay.
Cool. Yes, as I was saying, people often say that history repeats itself. Okay, but if we study the successes and failures of the past, we may be able to learn from our mistake, okay, and avoiding repeating them in the future, okay. So when we learn our past, we avoid repeating the same mistake. We're avoiding repeating history as well, okay. So as you guys know, we were studying apartheid, okay. Apartheid ended, and then we learned from our past, and we are still learning from our past to avoid repeating the things that happened during apartheid, okay, and they are no longer happening, which is a good thing, which means we have learned from history, okay. We are no longer repeating the same thing, which is a good thing, okay. That's why we're studying history. So another answer that I wrote is that, let me highlight it, is that studying history can provide us with insight to our culture, okay, culture of origin, as well as culture with which we might be less familiar, okay. So it makes us aware of our culture and the culture that we are not familiar with, okay, and the culture that we are not familiar with, right? So in that way, we'll be having an awareness and understanding as well, okay. So number three, list the 4 different types of sources that can be used to find out about history, okay. So with me, I have oral, photograph, written sources, and object. You tell me the answers that you wrote, which are different from mine here, okay. Minent.
Ma'am,
Yes.
list 4 ways. Ma'am, my number 4 is on the next page. Okay.
Number 3, your answers for number 3.
Oh. Reading, looking at pictures, asking people questions, and listening to stories told by elders.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Minent. Taren.
I said writing books, letters, and artifacts.
Writing books, letters, and
Artifacts.
artifact. Nice. Did you get your marks?
Yes.
Good. Thank you, Taren. Okay, let's move. Okay, so the different types of sources that we can use to find about history, it's oral, okay? Oral, it's when people are telling us stories, okay? It's when people are telling us stories on what happened during the apartheid, on how the Khoisan people were living like. So it's when people are telling us stories, okay? Stories are passed down from generation to another, okay? And then photograph. We can look at photos and then we see how history was like, okay. We can look at photograph and then we analyze the pictures and then we know how were things like during the past, okay. And then written sources are like textbook, article, and all those written things, okay. So that's where we can learn about history, okay. That's where we can find out about history, okay. And also objects are the things that people were using in the past, okay. So by finding the things that people were using in the past, we can be able to learn about history, to find out about history. Okay, so objects are things that people use. Okay, people were using. Okay, we can maybe look at the Khoisan people. Okay, the Khoisan people, the objects that they were using, such as the pots. Okay, the pots that they were using, those are objects. The clothes that they were wearing are also example of objects. And if we want to look at our history, maybe for example in 1910, in 1990, those time, okay, in the 90s, we can look at the objects that they were using. They are different from ours. The cell phones are not the same. Okay, even the transport, it wasn't really the same. Okay, a lot of things has changed. So by looking at the object, we can learn about other people's history. Okay, and then let's move. So I have number 4 here. List 4 ways people can find out about a place. So for you to find out about a place, this is how you must write your answer. Like, people can find out about the place in, then you write. Okay, so I wrote that people can find out about the place by watching television. Okay, when we watch TV, we can find out about Johannesburg, we can find out about Eastern Cape, we can find out about any place that we want. Okay, and also we can also find out about the place by asking Google. Google is also useful because it helps us to find out about a place. And then reading books can also help us to find out about the place. Reading newspapers help us to find out about the place as well. Okay, and then people also use sources, oral, photograph, written objects to find out about the place. Okay, we can also use oral, photograph, written, and object in order to find out about the place. Okay, so Pamela on the group chat says, we can find out about the place by researching, asking around, reading newspapers, paintings on rock. Yes, we can also find about the place by doing just that. Okay, and Unati says, ma'am, can you please make the test to be big and difficult? Okay, I'm gonna work on that. Let's hear from other people. Anasia, I hope I'm spelling the name correct.
People can find out about a place in these 4 ways: on internet, by reading books, asking people from old, and by drawings.
Internet, reading books, asking people, and by drawings. Nice.
My name is Anesu.
Anesu. Okay, cool. I got it.
Yes.
Nice, nice. Menenhle.
Ma'am, ma'am, I wrote asking people, listening to stories, reading newspapers, or you can Google it.
Asking people, reading newspapers, or we can Google it. Nice. Taryn.
Ma'am, I
Yeah.
said they can ask about it, they can read about it, they can go there and explore the place.
They can read about it, they can ask about it, they can go there and explore the place. Yes, that's fantastic. Awande.
Many people can find out about a place by using a map.
By using a map. Nice, nice. Yes.
Yes. And Google.
And Google, by using a map. Also find out about a place by using a map. Nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one. Awande. I forgot to add that one as well. Okay, so question 2. So if you got all these answers correct, you have scored yourself 16 marks. Okay, 16 marks in the bag. Then we go home with it. Onati, you have a question? Okay, not there.
I
Yeah.
said people can find a place with symbols.
With symbols as well, with symbols. Nice, nice, nice. That's correct. That's good. Okay, so you guys scored yourself 16 marks. Okay, I want people to read. I want the grandmother and the little girl. And there is a boy. 3 people. I'm gonna unmute you, 3 people. And then when it's your turn, you just read. Okay, you don't wait for me to tell you to read. I'm gonna go with Zoe. Zoe,
Ma'am.
you are going to be the girl, ne?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I'm gonna go with it's very tough here. Okay, I'm gonna go with Awande. Awande.
Yes, ma'am.
Awande, there's a background sound there. Gonna keep your mic on. Let me get somebody. Okay, Minentle.
Ma'am, am I the grandma?
Yeah, grandmother. I want a boy now. Ah, there's no boy. Okay, Tyron, you are going to be the boy.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, baby girl, you can start.
Grandmother, do you know who the first people were to live in this area?
Yeah, well, in Tobimi, it is said that the same people lived here many thousands of years ago.
What did they do?
It's the
Tyron,
Tyron.
Who were the San?
The San were the very first South Africans. They lived in caves in the mountains.
What did they do?
They lived by hunting animals and collecting wild fruits and roots of the plants.
How do you know they lived in caves?
They left beautiful paintings on the rocks. They also left some of their hunting weapons and other tools.
Nice, nice. Thank you, guys. Mute your mics, all of you. Okay, so we have had Granny telling the kids what happened. Okay, so we are going to answer the questions. So name 2 things that the San did in order to survive. The things that the San did in order to survive. If your answer is different from mine on the screen here, you can raise your hand. If it's not different, you don't raise your hand, okay? If your answer is different from the screen, you raise your hand. Isn't it we have different answers? Okay, yes. And it's not like they're wrong, they're right. Okay, so if your answer is different than mine, you raise your hand. So name the 2 things that the San did in order to survive. One, they hunted animals and they collected wild food. Okay, they hunted animals and they collected wild food. Okay, I've got other answers. Minute.
Ma'am, mine is the same, but then I got 2 lines. Like I got 2 rows. Cause the first one I didn't have my test didn't have enough space for 2 rows, so then it made it at the next page.
Okay, what?
There are 2 sentences. It's not in one.
Name them.
But then I did get them correct. They hunted for animals, and number 2, they collected wild fruits.
They collected wild fruit. Nice, nice, nice. Cool, nice one, nice one. You got it correct. Okay, where did the son live? Okay, grandmother said that they lived in the caves in the mountain. Okay, if your answer is different than mine, you can raise your hand and then talk about your answer. Nesu, okay, Nesu. Taryn.
Ma'am, I just said that they lived in caves.
They live
That's
in.
the only road.
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. You got it correct. I marked the paper last night. Nat.
Ma'am, I said they also lived in the huts. Caves
They-
and huts.
Caves
The
and
huts.
yes, that is correct. It is correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice one, Natty. Somebody says, ma'am, I can't see your screen. I don't know. Guys, you can see my screen, right? You can see my screen, right? Say yes in the group chat. And then Nicole, try to log out and log in again. Okay. Maybe you're gonna see it because everybody's saying yes. So, where did the son live? They lived in the caves, okay, in the mountains. Okay, how do we know about the way the sun live? How do we know about the way the sun people live? How do we know? Tyron?
Ma'am, I said they left paintings on the rocks and hunting tools.
Yes, they left thing on the rocks and tools. Nice one. That is correct. Okay, Awande.
Ma'am, they left painting on the case.
They left what?
Paintings.
Yes, they left painting on the caves. That's correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice. Okay, okay, my answer here is, how do we know about the way the San people live? Okay, we know from people, okay? From people, we also know from archaeologists, okay? Archaeologists and objects and books, okay? So any of the two here, you mark yourself correct. And here, you mark yourself correct. Is there anyone who has a different answer than mine? Awande? Wande? Nesu?
I said they left beautiful paintings on the rocks.
Yes, that's correct as well. They left beautiful paintings on the rock. Nice. Nati?
Ma'am, I said they left paintings and tools.
They left paintings and tools as well. So we can learn
And
from
weapons.
and weapons. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, moving on to number 4. How do you think Tembi's mother knew about the San people? My answer here says she learned about the San people from her ancestors. Okay, from her ancestors. Okay, she also read books about them. What did you say? Because this is my answer. I believe you guys didn't write the same answer as mine. So what's your answer? Nati?
Ma'am, I said she found out from her grandparents and
Yeah.
mother and father.
From the grandparents.
She found it. She also knew it from her family.
Yes, that can correct. Nesu?
Maybe she must have went to the caves.
To the cave as an archaeologist. Yeah, it is possible. Maybe she's an archaeologist. She was an archaeologist a long time ago. That's correct.
Yes.
Thank you. One day.
Ma'am, their grandmothers told them.
Their grandmothers told them. Okay, their grandmothers told them. That's correct. That's correct. Taryn?
I said she went on a tour and saw the paintings and tools.
She went on the tour and then she saw the painting and tools. Yes, it can also be true. It is also be true. Thank you very much, Taryn. Nice one. Okay, I'm gonna take Bandile last.
Ma'am, I said she explored.
Yes, she explored. Yeah, she explored. It's also true. Okay, she explored. Okay, nice. On the group chat, Pamela says Tembi grandmother knew about the sun because she is an elder person. Okay, nice. Okay, let's get to number 5. Number 5. Okay, guys, now I want to know how you think. During that time, there were no schools, okay? There were no schools during the Sun era, okay? So explain how children learn about history in those era. Okay, how did those children learn about history during the time? Okay, how did children learn about history? Bandin.
Ma'am, I left my hand up.
Okay, I'm sorry. Forgot to lower it. Okay, Taryn. Taryn.
I said they asked, explored, and I saw things.
They what?
I said they asked, explored, and they saw things.
They asked explorers and they saw things.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just do this now. Okay, guys, what I'm saying is, okay, since we are learning about history now, how do you think the kids during that time, okay, of the Sun era were learning history? Isn't it now we are learning it from textbook? So how do you think they were also learning during that time? That's what I want you guys to answer me. Okay, how do you think the kids during the time of the Sun, okay, since there were no schools, how do you think they were learning their history? Okay, so many hands are still up. I'm gonna start with Minentle.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes, Nancy.
ma'am.
I can hear you.
Ma'am, I wanted to answer question 4.
Cool. Yeah, answer it.
Uh,
No,
they
no.
left. They left beautiful pictures and their weapons. I'm sure that is how they found out about the Saiyan people.
Okay. Cool.
I usually go to the park, and there are rocks, and there's paint. So I usually write onto the floor, and it actually writes down to show that they were still Saiyan people, because the rocks are actually blue. So I'm guessing that they colored in blue and red, colors, because I saw beautiful paintings.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Minentle. Sego.
Ma'am,
Yes.
they made history by learning from their mistakes.
They learn history from learning their mistake, yes.
And yeah, that's all.
That's all. Nice. Zo?
Ma'am, they found out about the past by so the elders told them stories about their ancestors.
Yes, their elders were the one telling them stories since they were not school. Okay, nice one, Zo.
Welcome, ma'am.
Anes?
Maybe the people from long time ago must have left beautiful drawings for them to explain to the young people.
To explain to the young people. Nice, nice, nice. That's true.
You're welcome.
Okay, one day you are last.
Ma'am, the old generation people told them and they saw paintings.
Yes, yes, yes. They were paintings there. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Mute yourself. Okay, I got you. Okay, yes. So there were no school during the Sun era. So explain how children learn about history. Okay. Oral history. Okay, they learn history through oral. Okay, so oral, it is when they are telling you history by talking. Okay, so it was passed from one generation to the next. Okay, so the elders will tell you about your history. Okay, so in the era of the Sun families, the families sat around the fire at night and shared stories about the past. Okay, so they usually sat at night around the fire to share their past stories. Okay, and then they tell you how were things like that. That's the way they were learning. Okay, this was used as a way of conveying information. Okay, and pass their tradition and heritage to their kids. So in this way, they were passing their heritage to and their tradition to their kids. Okay, telling them about their customs and laws. You see, the things they need to do, the things they don't need to do. In that way, so they were doing oral history. Okay, passing it from one generation to the other. Okay, so I've got 2 minutes left. Finding out about yourself. I didn't write anything. Okay, so record your memories. There are 4 blocks. You can raise your hand in the meantime. There are 4 blocks below. In each block, write something that happened to you, okay, to you that it was important. Okay, it is important that you remember this event yourself. The memories should be a first-hand account. Okay, and not stories that someone else told you. Okay, connect the blocks with arrows, okay, from one to the next. Okay, it must show the sequence of events. So you tell me quick story of yourself, and then Siabonga. Zo.
Ma'am, so when I was small, so I was having a party at my friend's house, and then so we invited a lot of people. So then all of the kids, they were by the sitting room, and then the adults were by the patio. And then so then we were starting, the kids, they were coming all to the patio, and then by mistake somebody pushed me, and then by the butler door, and then I got hit. And when my mom heard I was crying, they quickly rushed me to the hospital, and then they had to do an operation and give me stitches.
Yo. Thank you,
And
Zo.
ma'am, I still have that scar on my forehead.
On your forehead. I'm very sorry, Nezo.
It's okay, ma'am.
It's okay. Thank you very much for sharing your story. I'm gonna get just one last person because no more time. Taryn, be quick.
Ma'am, I said in the first block, I was happy in the year 2013 because my brother was born. I had no idea that he was crazy. Second block, my dog Connor died because of diabetes. Third block, my dog Sheba died because she was driven over by a car. Last block, I got to see my cousin Esme and we made chairs for the family.
Wow. Thank you, Taryn.
You're welcome.
Okay, nice. Tomorrow we're doing corrections for geography. Bring your script in class, okay? So, guys, have a lovely day. I love you all. We are going to continue with the stories tomorrow, okay? So those who didn't say, get the chance to tell us their stories tomorrow. We are telling the stories. Nice one. Have a lovely day. Stay safe, sanitize, okay? I love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.